Hello, welcome back to Softflex Company. We are taking over the Great Beat Extravaganza today. Thomas will be sharing this video into the group, and so I'm starting just a minute early here so that he has time to do that and people in the Great Beat Extravaganza group can locate us. We are going to be talking about some new products that Softflex launched today. I think I'm going to be making a pair of earrings using our new Softflex Quad. We're also going to talk about our new kit that just came out for the spring fling, which is coming up soon. Let me put those dates up here. The preview night for Spring Fling is going to be April 8th. It's at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then the show dates are April 9th and 10th. And what that means is it's going to be a whole weekend of 14 companies with 1 hour long presentation sharing tons of knowledge about beading and jewelry making. We've got, such a wide array of presenters. Some people will work in metal, some will work in polymer clay, some will have kits for making a finished jewelry product. We have a kit that is a design challenge. So you're challenged to make designs using our kit, and then we will open it and make something along with you as well. If you want to make along, you have that option. So it's a whole lot of fun. I hope you guys have it on your calendar and you're planning to join us. In the meantime, we are doing takeovers leading up to the big event. And so today is the Softflex Company Takeover Day. We're only the third takeover though. So there's going to be many more to come. And the variety of presenters are going to do things like giveaways and free demonstrations and product launches like we did today. So lots of cool stuff happening. This is going to be Kristen and I together again. We'll be presenting on Saturday, April 9th at 1:30. We hope you will join us. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. We have some big plans for that week, of course. And then right now we have joyful beading going on in our Softflex VIB Facebook group. You can win $10 by going and posting your designs that match the prompt of the day. The idea is to get everybody beading for National Craft Month. It does spread a lot of joy when you go into our Facebook group. It's just a whole lot of inspiration and lots of fun. So I hope you will join us there as well. Okay, so I think that is about it. Let me go back to this and we will get going here. Let me also come up here and see what it is that all of you are saying. Hi, I'm Sara Ayler from softflexcompany.com. I'm the sales and marketing manager for our company. I also am an avid beader and jewelry making designer. I have been with the company for 23 years and still love to make new things, just like all of you on a regular basis. In fact, earlier today we did coffee and craft wire, and I made a bangle bracelet that I had never made before. And it's super cute, fits right over my hand. You can find this project on replay on our Softflex Company YouTube channel. I want to see what everyone's saying. Hey, Rosalinda, I'm so glad you guys are here. I'll give you a closer look at that bracelet too. Hi, Sue. Hi, Carlene. Hi, Barb. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thanks for being here with me. I am going to flip over to my hand cam and we'll start taking a look at things. Thomas, did you get us shared into the Great Beat Extravaganza group? Just want to make sure everybody is able to find us okay. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's scoochie over. We have a giveaway going on right in the group today. So look for that post and make sure you follow the prompt in order to enter to win a $25 store credit As well as our prompt for the day for joyful beading is to use craft wire in a design and post it into the Softflex VIB group. So this is what I made with Kristen earlier this afternoon. I just love how it turned out. It's so cute, easy to wear. The baubles just kind of fall to the bottom. I could see making like a bunch of these and just stacking them would be adorable. Really cute. I'll post pictures of that. If not today, tomorrow, sometime soon on our Instagram page. I also posted a quick video of all of our new products onto TikTok and Instagram. So you can check that out if you're wondering what was new today. But we're going to focus in on this beautiful quad. We like to look at the Pantone colors for each season and match them up with some colors that we have in Softflex and make a little bit of a color palette that we can use for the season. So this is our latest color palette, just came out today. It includes our bone, white, tanzanite, and our fluorite. We decided to go really soft and subtle this spring and bring in a little bit of a pastel feel, which I think is just really quite lovely. So I think I'm going to use these to make a pair of earrings today, and then I might play around with a necklace, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing. Oh, Rachel, you are too sweet. I try to be. I like trying new things. I think that's the thing. I don't really like making the same exact thing over and over. I'll use the similar techniques, but I don't like to make the same thing over and over and over with the same beads and, in 6 different colors. Like I don't know. That's hard for me. So new spring kit, you can get this kit for free with orders over $99 this week only at softflexcompany.com and only while supplies last. There aren't as many of these as our regular kit, so I don't know how fast they'll go. It is a pretty hefty one of our design kits. Both of these are pretty hefty. So it's got a lot of good stuff in it, and we will be opening it for the spring fling and using it on that day. All right, I'm going to set these aside, and there will be a design challenge to go with that kit as well. Pastel Party is still available too if you want to nab that. Get it while the getting's good. I think we have 2 weeks till kit day. Is that right? Something like that. Okay. So I have been obsessed with this bracelet, you guys. I did this as an Instagram reel for when I was on vacation, and I have been wearing this bracelet like every day. I made it pretty snug so that big metal piece would stay on the top of my wrist. Doesn't exactly match my silver here, but I'm going to go with it anyway because it's sitting here. But it reminds me of home. I'm from Arizona, and I was born in Arizona and partially raised in Arizona. And it just kind of reminds me of home. I just think it's so pretty. I think Kristen's going to be using these to make a seed bead fringe earring soon. So make sure you grab some of those pieces too while you're shopping, because they're really fantastic. And thankfully, we were able to add the Longhorn buttons today. I'm very tempted to use this today. I'm tempted to do a necklace with one of the Longhorn charms kind of coming down from it. And maybe I will. We'll see. We'll see how much time we have. Since it's GBE takeover day, maybe I'll go the extra mile and do so many designs today. I'm going to open up one of these check glass strands. We have a bunch of check glass beads on the website. We had them in bundles. I don't know that many of them are left, but I had some extras in this really pretty kind of goldish tone, and I thought they might work really well with the colors that I'm doing. I'm also going to open up these gorgeous daggers. I'm pretty sure we have some more of the dagger bundles They're 30% off for a bundle in a bunch of different colors. Or you can just buy the individual strand as well. I'm going to play with those too. So I was thinking a little bit about what we did last week with Cassandra Spicer from, what was it? Beads to Live By. And I was thinking about doing my version of her design with wire and just a few beads. And I was thinking about using all 4 colors from the quad, if it's possible. So I'm going to take a little bit of each color, and we are going to use our big crimps today and hopefully our mighty crimping pliers, which I just nabbed out. And I'm just trying to figure out what I did with my crimp bin. There it is. Let's make sure I have 3x3 crimps. Aha, I have a ton. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of each color out. Oh, did you guys see this too earlier? I don't know how many of you were able to join us earlier, but I missed it when Abby did the Luna bracelets. But I saw a picture of what she made, and so I hustled and made my own version using that new Longhorn button. And I just think it's stunning. So this is just Luna bracelet, which a lot of you got in the Supernova design kit. I cut it down to the size of my finger and then just strung that button on there. I might want to put you might want to put like a bead on each side to secure it a little bit more. Although Kristen mentioned it's kind of fidgety, and that can be kind of nice too, to have something that you can kind of just like play with all day. So I don't mind it so much. Ever since she said that, I've been like, oh yeah, I have been doing that. It is kind of nice to have a fidget ring. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of wire, and I'm not sure how big I'm going to get here. So I'd say this is probably a decent size, and I can do that in all 3 or all 4 colors from the quad. It does look like the Superstitions, or it kind of reminds me of the Saguaro National Park outside of Tucson, where there's like just a million saguaros. It's really pretty. I love it. It's like having a little piece of my home on my wrist. So we went all in on the Southwest theme this year. We have a lot of great charms still left from Tucson GBE. We have these new pieces from Tierra Cast that just came out, and it's been so much fun playing with them. I have been enjoying it. So we sell these in quads because it's a color palette that you can use all these colors together, or you can separate them out and use them individually. And they should all work well either way. And so today I'm going to make something that uses all 4 colors, because I want you to see what that might feel like to have all 4 colors in your design. So typically when I make an earring like this, I kind of go from lightest to darkest. And in this case, we've got Very Perry is the color of the year. So, and our Tanzanite is the closest we get to Very Perry. So I'm going to put that one at the bottom and let it be the largest color that we do. And then I have to sort of figure out, what do I want to hang from it? So I'm going to take up that little strand there and go ahead and just do a bead stopper on one end and string up a few of these beads and see how it feels. So thank you to everybody who joined me on Monday for JTV and then joined us again for Coffee and Craft Wire. It's been a busy week. I look forward to putting my feet up tonight after So many shows this week. It's been one of those wild weeks. So I'm going to kind of look at it and think about, is that enough beads? Do I want to do maybe a couple more beads? I'm thinking that might be enough. Let me try one more dagger on each side and see how that feels. And these daggers do have a coating, so it's good to have the coating kind of face the same way, unless you want it to be, you know, every other, or you don't care, that's fine too. But I'm going to kind of go same direction with the coating so that all of my beads sort of look similar. I think I'm liking that. So I'm going to gather my 2 3x3mm crimp tubes. These are Softflex crimp tubes. They're made in sterling silver, just like the 2x2s that you might be used to that we would normally use. I'm going to gather up my ends, and again, I'm going to clip my bead stopper on those ends so that I don't have to worry about my beads slipping off or having any issues. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to gather my wires, all 4 of them, and go through 2 crimps. And then unhook my bead stopper, which is real easy. You just kind of pop it open. And we're going to take all 4 wires and pass back through the opposite direction. And that's when we can kind of start to play with how we want it to look. I mean, this is all honestly kind of interesting to see all the colors just one length. I've never done one like that where they sort of just stack up together. So that would be one kind of neat option. You can also take one at a time. So if I wanted white to be the smallest, I might bring it down to here, and then maybe the bone a little bit smaller, and then maybe the fluorite in between there. And then you can see all of those colors, and you can sort of play around with it. You know, maybe I want to push that white back out ever so slightly, or make the tanzanite just a little bigger. You can kind of push and pull on these like they're levers to make them the size that you want. Or maybe I want all of them to be just a little bit smaller and I want to tighten it up a little bit. Then I might want to pull all 4 at the same time. So you kind of play around with it till you have it just the way you want it. And then you want to sort of pinch down on those wires so nothing is moving or adjusting. Grab your mighty crimping pliers. There is a rounder, and then there is a little slot that has a tooth. We're going to use the slot with the tooth first. And we're going to go underneath this crimp and just pull it a little bit away from the other crimp and compress. And when I'm doing 2 crimps side by side, I often will kind of do this part at the same time and then come back and round. So leaving that little bit of space, that's where my ear wire is going to go. I'm going to compress again, and then I can go in and round it down. And then I like to always go around my crimp just a few times, kind of tightening it down, making sure none of those little wires are going to slip out of there. And then I can come in and I will cut each of these wires one at a time. It's just a little bit easier to get close into that crimp if you take your time and do one at a time. So another way you can make a similar earring, if you wanted to do it with the 2x2s, is you would make each one like its own individual jump ring, crimping it a 2x2 onto the wire to make rings, and then hooking it. I'm just going to leave it like this. You could also do crimp covers if you wanted to add a crimp cover. I'm not going to worry too much about it. today. I'm trying to see where I have ear wires. I have some in here. One thing about it, I don't know if these ear wires that I have here are going to work really well, is you do need a big enough ring on your ear wire to take in that multiple strands of wire, because there are 8 strands of wire on here. Let's see. Oh, it should be okay. So I'm going to slide it on there, and then I'm just going to use the tip of my crimping plier to sort of close down. And there we go. We got our earring. I'll do it one more time for the second earring. And like I said, if you wanted to add a crimp cover, you could do that. If you want to wrap it with some Softflix craft wire, that's another nice way to kind of go over the top of a crimp and give it a little bit of an artistic flair at the same time. Okay, let me make sure there aren't any questions. Everyone's doing great. Okay, thank you for being here. Please click like and share if you enjoy the Softflix videos. And if you are enjoying our takeover today, there's lots of good information going up. Thomas posted a wonderful blog that has all of the designs from the last GBE. So it has, Andrew and Candy and Kate and Jamie, and it has Abby's and everybody's design, Christie's. So it's a really nice, easy reference if you haven't been to a GBE before and you kind of want to see the kinds of things people will make. That's a great way to do it. Oh, that's true, Kristen. I could make my own ear wire. Maybe I will do that on the second one. If you guys stick around, I'll show you how to make an ear wire with Softflix craft wire. And then I can make that loop just a little bit bigger so that it swings a little bit more. I don't really mind when it's tight like that. In this case, I think that's totally fine. But it does pull it just ever so slightly, which I'm not wearing them, so I don't know if that would annoy me or not. Okay, one more color, and we'll make this one more time, and then we'll move on to an ear wire. And then I might play around with that longhorn button and charm, because I'm pretty jazzed about those. Who has been to every Great Bead Extravaganza so far that's here? Who has been to every single one? Okay, first up, I got to string my beads. So let's get that done. Rosalinda, you've been to every single one. What is your best tip, Rosalinda, for making it through a weekend at GBE? Same question to you, Diana. What is your best tip for making it through the whole weekend of GBE? 14 hours of presentations. I was looking the other day for a link for a design that Kay had made. And it didn't turn out to be a GBE design, but I had to look through the presentations hashtag. And I was so surprised to see there are 95 hours of presentations from all of the GBEs that we've done now. 95 hours that have been volunteered by the companies that participate to teach people different jewelry making techniques. And all of that is still stored right there in the Facebook group. So you can go back and look for that hashtag presentations and you can find all of them. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. Dahlia says she thinks she missed the very first one and only caught parts of the last one. You can always go back and watch the presentations too through that hashtag presentations. Rosalinda suggests bring snacks and take advantage of your potty breaks. You don't want to miss a minute. I totally agree. Diana says the same thing. Have food and drinks close by. Don't want to miss anything. Yeah, cook ahead if you can. I usually end up doing like a pizza night for my family, the Friday night that we do the preview. And then I often will try to have my food cooked ahead so that I don't have to stop and make dinner for everybody. It is a lot, Rosalinda. I can't believe it. I mean, it's really an accomplishment for 14 different companies that, in many ways are competitors. We all sell not the same things, but similar things. But we work so well together. And it's just been really such a lovely, beautiful collaboration to be able to do GBE. And it's fantastic that we've been able to provide that much information for free, A crock pot night or two is handy. Yeah, an Instapot possibly could be handy. Angie says, I'm new to beading and found your website so helpful. I'm so glad to hear that, Angie. If you ever have any beading questions, you drop us an email at info@softluxcompany.com. We have very knowledgeable staff in the office, including me, that will sometimes answer your questions. So if you're ever needing anything or just can't quite figure something out, let us know. We want to help, okay? I love new beaters. Diana says it's so worth catching all of it. And Rosalinda says you guys are awesome for doing it. I love all the time with the presenters. Cheese and crackers. That's a great one. Easy stuff that you can grab, and lots of water. Lots of water. Keep yourself hydrated. It is a long weekend. But so good. I always like to kind of keep my my sketchbook nearby. So when an idea hits me, I can kind of just, write it down. Now, here's the tricky part. We're going to make a second one that is like similar to the first. So we're going to have to try to figure out sizes here that are pretty similar. It doesn't need to be exact. Don't be rough on yourself. Just get similar. No one will compare too closely what's going on. A little bit tighter in here. Let's see how that's looking. Those are looking pretty similar, I think. Okay. So I'm going to, again, kind of pinch down on all of my wires. And I'm going to come in and compress and then go over just ever so slightly and compress. So that's what it looks like. And these again are the Mighty Crimpers. You can find those on the Softflex Company website. If you need a pair, it's nice when you have lots and lots of wire in your design. It's very handy to have a nice crimping plier to kind of complete the task. There we go. And then I'm going to go through and just trim. One wire at a time. Yeah, the charcuterie board is smart. I did that after one of our beading parties with Jesse James Beads. My family had a pizza, my go-to delivery, and makes everyone happy. So it's easy and works, including me because I don't have to cook. Anyway, we were going to the after party and I made this beautiful charcuterie plate and wine, and it was so delightful. So I could see that being a really good option. Okay, so I'm going to make an earring wire as another option for the top here. So I'm going to grab a spool of 20 gauge Softflex craft wire, which I happen to have over here from earlier today. I'm getting low. I might have to add this to my order with James for craft wire. Getting low on the 20 gauge non-tarnished silver. Okay, so I'm going to pop it open and unspool a little bit. So we talked about this a lot earlier, but for any of you that missed coffee and craft wire earlier today, this is a copper-based wire. It has silver plating, but it also has a coating over the top of that protects the silver so that it stays a bright silver color, but also makes it hypoallergenic, very easy to wear, and non-tarnishing. So let me grab my... So again, you can get the quad, use the colors individually or use them in pairs or trio. But you can also use all 4 colors together. And that's one thing that we try to kind of work on with our trios too, is that those colors are compatible in one design if you want to layer them and use them together. All right, so I just cleared that all up using my nylon jaw pliers. These will get all the bumps and kinks out of your wire and also start the work hardening process. And then I'm going to grab my multi-looping pliers and probably do maybe the second biggest size. So there's 6 different sizes on these pliers. The 2 smallest are at the top. So I'm going to go with the second biggest size. And I also always like, let's see, it's like a little diagonal cut at the end. I'm just going to trim that down. Until it comes around and meets. And then I can come in with the biggest size to make my ear wire loop. And you can trim that to whatever length you prefer. And then I often will use kind of the biggest edge of my, to turn that just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to go ahead and work harden this using our wire whacker. So let me grab that. Usually if I'm making ear wires, I'll make quite a few. Then you can lay them all out and do this at one time, which is super handy. That's why you would get something like the wire whacker, because you can just get it all done at once. I am going to smack this down for just a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. I'll be right back though. Okay, so I've got my ear wire, and then the last thing is to get the burr cup out, which I think I have in my little bag here. Yep. And that's just a little tool that has kind of a little cup. And you can put the end of your wire in there just to make sure that it's nice and smooth, that nothing rough is going to get caught on your ear. It just kind of smooths out that end. All right, and then when you're ready, just open her up like you would a normal ear wire. Slide your earring on. Now, if you make it too big, it will slide over. So in that case, you might want to add some crimp covers to make sure that it's not slipping and sliding around. You can also tighten it down if you want to. I'm just gonna tighten mine ever so slightly. So let's go in and just trim it a little bit. And go ahead and round it back in and see if it works a little better. So I guess tighter is better in this case for this particular design, so that it's not slipping or sliding around. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is nice, a nice size. So maybe the smaller size on the multi-looping pliers, because it'll give it that little bit of jiggle, but it won't slide off quite as easily. Awesome. Or you can use the pre-made ear wires like I did earlier. They're just more of a snug fit, and I think that works too. All right, there is my quad earrings for the day. Yeah, it's a burr cup, is what we call it. And you can find it on the website. It's, I think, about $5 if it hasn't increased in price recently, as most things have. So you never know. You never know. Yeah, cool to see it with both options. Definitely. I'll take pictures of those and post into our Instagram group. I think I might play a little bit with that Longhorn if you guys want to stick around. I'm just kind of obsessed with it. If I'm being really honest, I don't know that I can move on with my day without doing something with it. So I think I'm gonna maybe do something quick here. Just like a quick necklace would be fun. I have some great drops still from before in red, and I was thinking this gold color could be kind of fun. Really nice soft gold. So let me open those up. I know I like this color too with it. I haven't gotten to use this color yet either. They're so pretty. These melon drops just have my heart. They're really, really pretty. I was thinking the sage green might be kind of fun with this design. It kind of reminds me of a cactus color. That really nice soft green color is definitely found in the desert and could be really cool. I was wondering about doing something like this with maybe this in the center and seeing what that looks like as a drop. So let's start there and then we'll work our way out, okay? So I'm going to grab some 2x2 soft flex crimp tubes. We're using gold today. So I'm going to grab some gold filled crimp tubes. I'm wondering if I want to do, I was thinking how pretty this would be as kind of a long drop. So the necklace be sort of choker length. And then this be just sort of like a nice drop on your upper chest. So I want to get some length in there for sure. I'm going to grab my fluorite colored beading wire. I can't imagine I need more than this length, so I'm just going to cut it off so that it's easy to use. And grab my crimp tube, 2x2 millimeter soft flex crimp tube, a Longhorn charm. We have these in gold and silver. This is going to probably match my favorite bracelet. I'm just saying. All right, so you can go tighter or looser when you connect. It's totally up to you. And when you have a beautiful wire color showing, you don't have to worry so much about getting as tight in as you can. It's all right to leave a little bit of a nice sized loop there, and let that color be part of the design. you know? So I've got my wires doubled inside the crimp tube and side by side. And now I'm gonna come in with my magical crimpers. I couldn't go a whole day with no ravioli time. I just couldn't do it. And there is my first ravioli of the day. Turn it on its side, compress, and go around. Candy Cooper has her, what are they called? The canes. And Nile has the silkies. I feel like I need to start a group called the Raviolis. Will you guys be a ravioli for me? Here come the raviolis. All right. Okay, so we've got a connection there. Now we can start to play with those beads. All right. Ooh, I'm liking that. I'm going to just kind of hold it up to see where we're at. I feel like that would be a good length for me. Any longer might get a little risky. Might go a little too far. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to make this button a centerpiece. Oh, good. It faces the right way too. So I'm going to string this right onto it as a dangle. And again, I think I'm going to be kind of liberal with my wire so that my crimp falls below my button. And I could see tightening it up and let that wire show just ever so slightly at the top. I think that will give me a lot of flexibility, and I think it'll just look nice. So I'm going to be pretty liberal at that top part and go ahead and compress again. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for joining us twice today. Thanks for being a part of our Instagram channel and our Facebook group and, you know, all the different ways that you support our company. We really, really appreciate it. Okay, so there's our drop, and now I'm going to string at the top. So trying to decide if I want to just string through the button and have my beads coming out. I'm kind of thinking that's what I'll do. I think that might be the best. Let's try it. So gosh, this seems like a really great place to like braid your wire too. So I'm going to think about that as maybe an option. I'm not certain yet, but possibly. I know I'm using the fluorite for sure, so I'm going to string that through here and see how that works on my centerpiece here. It's a little bit like a bolo tie, which I love. Which I love. So underneath this bead, we want to be real careful because we don't want to flip the bead, and we got to think about what's going to make sense back there to go underneath this, and so it sits up on top and feels nice. So let's try this first and see how well this works. And if it doesn't work, then we'll try something else. See how it pulls just a little bit? You want to see how that's going to actually lay and feel in real life. And if it feels wonky, it's not going to feel good. The other thing I could do is maybe crimp the bead so that this sits in the center. That might be the best thing to do here. So to do that, I've never done it this way before, but I think this might be handy. Okay, so I'm going to crimp on either side of this thing, this button, to hold my beads just a little bit away. I feel like the crimp will also be nice with the crimp down here and make a lot of sense there. Okay, so let me get to the center of my necklace. Let me see, I'm gonna pull that there so I know where the center is. Bring my crimp out. And then I'm going to need a little bit of extra wire. So I'm just going to string a second wire through there. And the first one's easier because the other one's not in a specific place yet. We'll see if this works. Hopefully. Feel good about it. I'm going to make sure that crimp is really crimped down well. And then we can go in and we're going to cut that extra wire off on both sides. Okay. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, about the same distance. So on the outside of the button, I'm going to take my little bit of wire. And crimp. Make sure it's just where you want it to be before you crimp, or it will be a pain in the keister. Oops. And I can go through here. And currently that's not keeping that button in place. So I could probably pull this crimp right through here. And if you wanted to do it outside of the button, you probably could. Might make it easier. But the beads, when they get the beads on there, that is what's going to hold it there in the center. And it'll kind of slide back and forth, which will be fine. But it'll have plenty of room. Probably want to mimic that same pattern. You know what else we got new? I already used them up, but they're so cute. I should have put one right in the center of this. There are these new flower beads from TerraCast. They come with the same collection. So they're meant to match this beautiful button and the longhorn and the desert landscape. We've got them in both the gold and the silver color. And wow, wouldn't that have looked so stunning right in the center down there if I had thought of it. I only have one. I didn't grab more, unfortunately, when I was at the office. I really should have grabbed more. All right. Cute. Coming together rather nicely. And here they are. You can find these drops the rondelles, all that stuff, the button, all of that can be found on the Softflex company website. And you can see the weight of everything is what holds that button in place. So it'll look really nice once it's on. It's going to hang really nicely in the center there, which is great. One of my favorite things about jewelry making is the engineering. Having a problem, figuring it out is just so much fun. Okay, so let me try this on to see where we're at. It's definitely a nice choker length, so I'm going to have to be careful with my... I was going to braid up the back end, but I realized I didn't cut enough fluorite. So it's not going to work very well. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, not get too fancy. All right, so again, I'm going to crimp these beads in place. And I'm putting that same little extra piece of wire in there. That just gives it a little bit of extra nylon to hold on to. So don't forget to grab your spring fling design kit while they last. $34.95. They have a lot in them. A lot of great stuff in them. In fact, some components from Tiara Cast too. Some really great stuff in there. So definitely grab one, and you can get one for free when your order is over $99. This week only, and while supplies last only. And check out our Instagram page. We have a TikTok page. We have a wonderful YouTube channel. Subscribe. That's a great place to see what we're up to and when we're up to it. And if you don't mind liking and possibly sharing this video, it would really mean a lot to me. Thank you for always supporting all of our content. We really appreciate it. All right, I am designing in like the smallest location ever today. Let's move some stuff around here and make myself insane. All right, flip it over. Let's make sure it's going the right direction. There we go. All right, all I have to do is put a little clasp on the end, and we've got kind of a cute little choker with the sweet drop down. I think it's so cute. Let me see what clasp I have that can possibly work. Oh, that's great. Passion Purple collab will be on our recap on Friday. Cool. What gauge wire for the ear wires? Yes, 20 gauge. Softflex craft wire. What happens when you share? You just share it to your page. I don't know. Is there a problem with sharing? Never know. Okay, I'm looking for a little gold. I think I'm just going to do this cute little toggle clasp. We have these in multiple different metals, so they'll match. Do you guys like these Tiara Cast components in copper? Will you guys give me a thumbs up or a heart if you think we should order these Tiara Cast pieces in copper color when they're available? They weren't available when I ordered initially, but they do make them in copper. So I need that feedback to know you know, if that's something you're interested in, definitely let me know so that I can order them next time they're available. Okay, I see a couple people. So a few people really like copper. I know copper was really popular with our Valentine party kit. I was really kind of surprised by how fast the copper color of all three metals sold. So yeah, are you guys into copper right now? Huh. All right. I'm kind of excited about that too. If we get them in copper, that'll be fun to play with. Oh yeah, at least 6 of you. So good. That's good to know. Let's see. Maria. Yes, copper. Oh, good to know, Cindy. Okay. Kristen, I knew you worked for copper. Kristen was already like, where is the copper one? What is going on? I was like, they're out of copper. I don't, you know, can't order it if they don't have it. It's hard when they have a new product. It goes pretty fast. It can be a little hard to get your hands on it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys just saw what I did. You could measure it too. That little wire there is going to drive me bonkers. So let me go in and trim that before I do anything else. Having a really good pair of cutters is essential for these kinds of designs, by the way. Okay. It's going to keep flipping until you're wearing it, but once you're wearing it, it won't do that anymore. All right, so I'm going to go from one crimp down here. I'm going to slide my fingers up to get my crimp in place up here so that it's even on both sides. And then I'm going to look at my little connectors. Are they about the same size? Pretty similar. Play around with it. You can do it a few times to make sure it's just right. Once you crimp, you can't go back. So that's kind of the issue. Oh, that's great to hear. Dahlia says we need something to go with the copper crimps. That's true. Good point. Very good point. Yeah, thank you for liking. So I know if you want copper in that tiara cast. We do have some copper tiara cast. Just this last batch of the Wild West stuff. The charms didn't come in copper. Their new products do though. So that's why I wasn't sure. Wasn't sure what everyone would think. All right. Ooh, that is exciting. I am excited about that. All right, we've got a beautiful new necklace. Great little, fun little earring using those baby daggers, which are just adorable. You can find those on the website too. We use some of these great drops. These are like a sand color with kind of a little bit of a gold or silver in the crease. They're really pretty. Really, really gorgeous. We have them in that color, and then we have a few other colors. I'm not sure what colors have sold out, to be quite honest. We had them in red, turquoise, purple. You can tell I loved them because I've opened every single strand. Same with the rondelles. I used every single color of rondelle in something in the last few weeks. I really, really like those a lot too. Lots of fun. And then that longhorn stuff comes in silver as well. So if you wanted to get the charm in silver and the button in silver, you could do this design in silver. And then I'll look into doing the copper. So let me work on that. And I'll let you guys know when we have that available. We'll do another fun make party with copper. All right, I think I've officially worn myself out today. I made this bracelet earlier on Coffee and Craft Wire. I did some really great designs for JTV on Monday. I don't know if you got to watch, but I had this this is a choker as well that can be made into a bracelet. Super cute, easy to make, lots of fun. So I did that. And I also made this earlier this week for that same show. Really lovely, if I do say so myself. Some sweet little earrings to match it. So I have been a making fool this week, you guys. I have just been making and making and making. Let's see here. Hi. So it's been a busy week. It's been a lot of fun. We're enjoying taking over the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group. Make sure you're a member in the group. It's so much fun. There's so many great free inspirations there. Also, there are specific deals and giveaways just for that group. It's 14 companies that collaborate together in the beading and jewelry making industry. And I happen to think it's 14 of just the very best companies that you can think of. There's other wonderful companies that we collaborate with too, but these particular companies all just gel together really well. It's a fantastic group with a lot of support and love. And you'll see that even in the comments as you look through our post today. You'll see comments from all of our friends that are fellow presenters. And then when they're doing stuff, I like to check in and see what they're doing too, because they're all really pretty terrific. All right, so you can join us. Let me click over here. You can join Kristen and I at the Great Bead Extravaganza. We are going to be on Saturday, April 9th, 1:30 to 2:30 Pacific time. We'll be using our brand new kit, which just launched today. And you'll be able to see everybody's designs or some portion of it at the preview night, which happens April 8th. That's at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And that's always a lot of fun too. And don't forget, spend $99, get the Spring Fling TGBE design kit for free at softflexcompany.com. Thank you for all the thumbs up, the hearts, the likes, the shares. All of that means a ton to me and kind of fuels me as I'm making all these videos and content throughout the week. I really, really enjoy seeing that you guys are liking what we're making. So thank you for doing that. And I think that's it for me. One last thing, our Joyful Beading calendar is in the middle of the month. It's March 16th today. Create with Softflex Craft Wire. Post in our Softflex VIB group and a design that you made with Craft Wire and enter to win a $10 store credit. And there are giveaways throughout the month of March. So we're only halfway through. Tomorrow, share a St. Patrick's Day design. Friday, make a necklace and share it with us in the VIB group. And hopefully we'll get to give you $10 for sharing your design. Yeah, so thank you guys for being here. I so appreciate it. Go check out our website, softflexcompany.com, and I hope you enjoy the rest of our takeover day. Be sure to go through all of the posts in the Great Bead Extravaganza. There is a giveaway. There's a place to post what you've been making. We want to see what you're making. As much as I'm sure you want to see what all of us are making, we want to see what you're making too. So post some of your designs in there and let people take a look. And I hope you guys have the best time throughout the takeovers. We're only takeover 3. So you've got quick kindergarten math. You've got 11 more, 11 more to go. So it's going to be a really fun month to check out that Facebook group and stay tuned in. All right. Bye, everybody. Sending you lots of hugs and kisses.